classes. The students, today I am going to discuss with Indian Evidence Act, okay, 1872. Under chapter part 3 of the Evidence Act, production and evidence of effect of evidence, production and effect of evidence, okay. Under subtopic estoppel, okay. Here, what is the meaning of estoppel as per the Evidence Act? The principles which precludes a person from asserting something contrary to what is implied by a previous action, okay, what is implied by previous action or statement of that person or by a previous pertinent judicial determination. Okay, a estoppel is a rule of evidence by which a party is precluded from denying the existence of state of things which he has previously asserted to exist. And also the word estoppel came from French word, okay. That means French word means estoppe, E-S-T-O-U-P-E, estoppe, which means in English as stopped, S-T-O-P-P-E-D. The English meaning is stopped in the law, okay. This term was adopted by the English jurisprudence for the purpose of shutting the mouth of person who alleged or pleaded or spoken or acted upon truth in one previous occasion and tries to avoid or evade his own allegation or pleading or speech or action with a malafide. Okay, malafide means ill intention. Okay, and estoppel is a preclusion in law which prevents a man alleging or denying a fact in consequence of his own previous act, allegation or denial of a contrary terror. Okay, okay students, and also this chapter explain about principle of estoppel is based on the maxim, legal maxim. You know, many legal maxim derived from the Latin terms, okay, but all the Latin terms are translated into English words because adopted in our Indian law, okay. So here the principle, what is the legal maxim for the estoppel? Allegans, contraria, non-est, audientus, okay. Allegans, A-L-L-E-G-A-N-S, allegans. Contraria, C-O-N-T-R-A-R-A, contraria. Non, N-O-N, non, E-S-T, east. Audientus, A-U-D-I-E-N-D-U-S, audientus. What is that English meaning? A person alleging contrary facts should not be heard, okay. So it is based on the principle that it would be most inequitable and unjust that if one person by a representation made or by conduct amounting to a representation has induced another to act, the person who has made the representation should be allowed to deny or repudiate the effect of his former statements to the loss and injury of the person who acted on it. It is a well established proposition of law that if a man conducts himself in such a way that a reasonable man would take his representation to be true and acts upon it, then the party making the representation should not be allowed to contest the truth. Okay. Okay, as per the Evidence Act, section 115 explain estoppel. What is the definition based on this Evidence Act? Here the definition of the estoppel, the act explained that section 115 of Evidence Act explain estoppel when one person has by his declaration, act or omission intentionally caused or permitted another person to believe a thing to be true and to act upon such belief, neither he nor his representative shall be allowed in any suit or proceeding between himself and such person or his representative to deny the truth of that thing. Okay, this is act saying. So based on this act, we'll discuss with illustration also, a small illustration, then we will easily understand in this area. Here A is a person and B is a person. Okay, A intentionally and falsely leads B to believe that certain land belongs to A and thereby induces B to buy and pay for it. Okay, the land afterwards becomes the property of A and A seeks to set aside the sale on the ground that at the time of the sale he had no title. You know meaning title? He had no title. He must not be allowed to prove his want of title. I think you already studied with the Transfer of Property Act. What is the meaning of title? What is the validity of the title? Okay, title means who is the owner of the property. Okay, so same portion will interact in this area because this is Evidence Act. It's dealt with criminal and civil also. Okay, you must thorough it in your relevant area, then only you can understand. Otherwise it will complicated, it will very difficult to understand of this Evidence Act. Okay, so please thorough properly, then you can read it or hear it, then only this video also it is useful for you. Okay, so day by day little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Okay, many people are watching, many people are studying, and the small knowledge they will interpret to another person and degrading to another person also. That is not good in our legal system. Okay, day by day, daily we can earn our knowledge, daily improve our knowledge. Not only you, myself also daily develop in our legal term. Okay, because comparing medical doctors and lawyer also, day by day, case to case increasing our inspiring knowledge. Okay students, we'll go to same our topic. Here Halsbury laws of England explain there is said to be an estoppel where a party is not allowed to say that a certain statement of fact is untrue, whether in reality it is true or not. Estoppel or conclusion, as it is frequently called by the older authorities, may therefore be defined as a disability whereby a party is precluded from alleging or proving in legal proceedings that a fact is otherwise than it has been made to appear by the matter giving rise to that disability. Okay, and also Lord Coke defines, he is a Lord Coke also jurist, okay. He explained that an estoppel is when a man is concluded by his own act or acceptance to say the truth, which means he is not allowed, in contradiction of his former self, to prove what he non chooses to call the truth. So, thus the plea of res judicata proceeds upon the grounds of public policy, okay, properly so called, whilst an estoppel is simply the application of equitable principles between man and man. Here, two individual parties to a litigation. An estoppel may be said to exist when a person is compelled to admit that to be true which is not true, and to act upon a theory which is contrary to truth. Okay. So, as per this Evidence Act, I just wanted to give distinction between estoppel and res judicata, because we must know the meaning of the estoppel and res judicata also. Here, estoppel is part of law of evidence under section 115 to 117 of Evidence Act, but res judicata belongs to the Civil Procedure Code under section 11. Okay, and the object of estoppel is a person alleging contrary facts should not be heard, but sorry but the object of res judicata is put an end to litigation. Okay, and estoppel precludes a party from contradicting his previous declaration or acts to the prejudice of the party who, relying upon them, altered his position. But res judicata prohibits the court from inquiring into a matter already adjudicated. Okay, and last one, estoppel shut the mouth of a party. Okay, shut the mouth of the party, but res judicata ousts the ousts the jurisdiction of the court. Okay, now it's clear the portion. Okay, students, what are the conditions for an estoppel as per the Evidence Act? What are the conditions for an estoppel? Number one, the doctrine of estoppel is rule of evidence. Okay, the doctrine of estoppel is a rule of evidence under section 115 of the Indian Evidence Act contains this general rule. And also, second one, primarily the rule of estoppel is a rule of evidence only. However, when it is proved by the affected party, note down, when it is proved by the affected party, it becomes a substantive right of the affected party. The third one, there must be some representation by one party to another in a previous occasion or any transaction. Okay. Fourth one, the representation must be made with the intention to be acted upon or to induce another person to a valid contract. In order to operate as an estoppel, it must be established that the person had by his act or omission intentionally caused or submitted another to behave a thing to be true. Okay. Sorry. Number 5, the representation must have been acted upon. That is, the other person, that is plaintiff, should come forward. It is necessary for the other person to show that he was not aware of the true state of things. It was aware of the facts and real state of affairs, the doctrine of estoppel does not arise. Number 6, such representation must be one of fact and not of law alone. Number 7, such representation must be clear and unambiguous. Number 8, the rule of estoppel rests on equity and good conscience. Number 9, both the parties must know the facts of the representation. Number 10, a question of estoppel is a mixed question of fact and law, and without definite allegation in the pleadings, a party is not allowed to plead the estoppel. Number 11, burden of proof. Here, the burden of proof lies upon the person who pleads estoppel. Okay, I'll give you the main points as per this act. Doctrine of estoppel when arises, and also example also we'll discuss, then it is easy to understand. An estoppel arises from an act or declaration of a person intended or calculated to mislead another, on which other has relied and has so acted, or refrained from action, as that injury will befall him if the truth of the act or declaration be denied. Okay, for example, one example in partition agreement. Okay, you know partition agreement. Okay, X is a person, X property comes to A and Y property to B person. After partition, A makes development and fetches a good market value. Okay, B cannot claim X property later on because it becomes estoppel. Another example, A is a long-standing tenant of X property. Tenant is a tenant. A is a long-standing, yearly. Okay, you know, as per the Tenancy Act. During his tenancy, A grants an easement to B. A grants an easement to B under an agreement. Later, A purchases X property. As the owner of X property, A cannot revoke the easement, being he is prevented by estoppel. Okay, now it's clear. Okay students, that is a small one. Another point of, as per the estoppel, the doctrine of estoppel when not applied as per the Evidence Act. Only in civil proceedings, okay, only in civil proceedings, estoppel is a rule of civil actions. It does not apply to criminal proceedings. Note down. Okay, that is first point. The doctrine of estoppel when not applied. That is first point. The second point, a stranger cannot take advantage of estoppel. Okay, third point, there must be some duty. Estoppel depends on the existence of some duty. Where there is no duty, there is no estoppel. Fourth one, if any incompetent person, that means the doctrine does not apply against an incompetent person, that is minors, persons of unsound mind, and etc. Okay, what are the provisions of law? If any provisions of law when not applied in this estoppel, the principle of estoppel cannot be invoked against the provisions of statute or a law. Okay, and also Sixth point, innocent mistake. As a general rule, the party claiming an estoppel must have acted on the belief induced by the other party. An act or representation made due to innocent mistakes does not create estoppel. Okay, the seventh point, a person non-existent. That means the doctrine of estoppel does not operate against a person who was non-existent at the date when the transaction took place. Okay. Number 8, illegal and void acts. Illegal and void acts. In this area, the doctrine of estoppel does not operate against the acts which are illegal and void by their nature. When an act is illegal and void, if the doctrine of estoppel is extended, it becomes against the public policy. Number 9th point, detection of bona fide mistakes. Here, the doctrine cannot be used in a case where the candidate is admitted on bona fide mistake and subsequently such admission is called as soon as the mistake is detected, where both the parties are acting under a common misapprehension. The rule of estoppel does not arise. Okay students, these are all main points of the doctrine when not applied. Okay, when not applied. And also, if any special circumstance, the doctrine of estoppel is a rule of evidence, we already discussed, and arises only in special circumstance. It cannot be available to release a part from the obligation to obey the law in force. The next point, against state, it also applied or not, the estoppel? As a general rule, the doctrine of estoppel does not apply against the state in its governmental, public or sovereign capacity. However, in exceptional cases, only this doctrine may be applied to avoid fraud or injustice. Now it's clear? Okay students, we'll discuss kinds of estoppel. Not now, we'll discuss with next class. Okay, will you meet again next class? Bye, see you, all the best, take care.